They had nothing, they knew nothing, they were barbaric, they were savages, and all sorts of things out there. And the unfortunate thing is that even our people who have their roots from Africa, who were taken in the Americas, they believe this lie. Hello family, how are you? And welcome back to my YouTube channel. First and foremost guys, I want to say thank you so much to all my subscribers, to the new subscribers guys. You are welcome to the family, and those who haven't yet subscribed guys, subscribe so that we can grow together as a family. Today guys, I want to talk about the misconception that surrounds Africa in terms of religion, politics, civilization. The propaganda machine has put out there that Africa is primitive, Africa was not civilized, Africans were not advanced in technology, they had nothing, they knew nothing, they were barbaric, they were savages, and all sorts of things out there. And the unfortunate thing is that even our people who have their roots from Africa, who were taken in the Americas, they believe this lie. So watch this video. I'll be right back.
Africans in the central part of Africa was dealing with the concept of a deity, God and a goddess. No one in the world, any place in the world, even knew or had any idea of a God by the name of Jehovah, Jesus, and or Allah. It was thousands of years later that what the Africans had brought forth to mankind as a whole, those that were living, and I need to make this very clear, not a single Hebrew or Jew existed. Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, or anything existed when the Africans along the Nile were already dealing with the concept of a deity. The most common at the earliest time was the deity symbolized by the sun, not the sun. Never once did the Africans preach that any material things or any other animal was the deity, but used these are symbols of the deity. Many of you would be going to Egypt quite soon and other places on the continent, and you would go and come back with the same mythology that missionaries has placed in your mind. You would talk of the sun god, and that the ancient Egyptians and others of Africa worship animals, birds, etc. And that isn't true. It is of saying that Christians worship the cross. And you know that is not true. It's a symbol. When you see, and that the media present to us, I've just been reading some articles dealing with a conference in Canada. Make it a little better for you. The first Hebrew or Jew, whatever name you want to call him, and that I guess would make me anti-Semitic, until the Africans along the Nile were about in the 13th dynastic period, that the first Hebrew or Jew, Avram, was born, and that would put us around 1675. Let's be generous. That's 1700 before the Common Era, which you would prefer to say before the Christian era. Yet you have facts, and facts upon which you work daily, none of which coincide with the information I'm bringing to you. But the reason is that you have no reference, for the most part you had, I should say, prior to the revolution that started in the 1960s, died down, started again in the 1970s, highlighted by the expose of Dr. Jeffries, which many people are sorry now that they even touched. Because what they have done, instead of damaging Dr. Jeffries, they have brought to the forefront information which other people would not have known.
My take on this, guys, is that we need to go back to our African tradition. We need to go back to our African spirituality. Because if we don't do that, we'll continue being a lost people. They drove you away from your God, and you became a conquered people because you are no longer have that protection from your God. So in order to rectify this, in order for us to come back and be where we were or what we used to be, we need to go back to African tradition, African spirituality, and all the answers that we have, or the answers that we are asking, we are going to find them in African tradition and African spirituality. There is this thing that a lot of Africans, or those who have got roots in Africa, who were taken by force from this continent in the diaspora, like say Africans are not like us, we are Hebrews, they are Hamites. But have you ever wondered why Abraham was called Abraham? Abraham. Do a research about that, then come back to me. Or you can comment in the comment section if you know the answer to that. See you guys in my next one.